Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is a parable of Jesus that is going to be explained by Jesus himself. I'm going to invite Jesus to be with us, and he's going to teach the parable. We're going to answer, Jesus is going to answer questions formed by Tolu Johnson, who's here with us. So we're going to do this as an interview. And Jesus is with me, and he says hello to Lou.
Hello, Jesus. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm really good.
I am really good as well. So I'm going to start the parable by reading the Bible verses. It's the parable of the net of fish. And the Bible verse is Matthew 13, verse 47 to 50. Matthew 13. Okay, so it's once again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net that was let down into the lake and caught all kinds of fish. When it was full, the fishermen pulled it up on the shore. Then they sat down and collected the good fish in baskets, but threw the bad away. This is how it will be at the end of the age. The angels will come and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So that's it. So my first question, Jesus, is why do you compare the kingdom of heaven to being like net that was let down into the lake and caught all kinds of fish?
I have a habit of using contemporary messages and contemporary things that people did. So growing wheat for the wheat and the tares, sowing seed for the parable of the sower, separating sheep from goats. They're all contemporary things, and one of the contemporary things that people used to do is fish, and it was quite typical for them to have good and bad fish in the nets that they cast. So it makes a good story for me to share.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question is, can you elaborate on the significance of the net gathering all kinds of fish in the kingdom of heaven?
So one of the significances of the net is the gospel message goes out to the kingdom, the people in the kingdom, but sometimes in churches, there's various reasons why people congregate in churches. If you see the churches as a net, some people sometimes in a church there's evil people. Sometimes in a church there's tares. There's people who act religious and say all the right Christian things, but when it comes to actually bearing fruit for the Christian cause, they don't do that. So using the term a net and having good and bad fish is a good sign of it. If you took note of the parable of the net of fish, you'd know that some people aren't going to make the cut when the angels come and separate the good from the righteous. There's some people you're going to church with that aren't going to make the cut.
Thank you, Jesus. In this parable, fishermen play a crucial role. What do they symbolize?
the fishermen in this parable represent people that would have an evangelistic message, kind of evangelists winning souls. We know that only in an evangelistic meeting, in a crusade, would souls be won like that. But you could say that the workers at the evangelistic meeting that pray for people, the team that goes with an evangelist could be seen as the fishermen in this story. Evangelistic meetings are always a teamwork, and you could imagine if it was a big evangelist, he may have 1,000 workers on the ground praying for people and dealing with people individually, and they would be considered the fishermen in this story.
Thank you, Jesus. The parable mentions a clear separation between the good and bad fish. What does this separation represent?
There's many reasons for separation. The Apostle Paul mentions a whole lot of sins of the flesh, and all of those sins can be practiced and taken individually to mean that if you continue in those sins, you won't go to heaven. I have a lot of grace, a lot of love for sinners. I try and win them over and take them out of their sinful lifestyles over time. Try and engrave my personality on people, but there's certain people who can never be won over and never turn from wicked behavior to righteous behavior, and that's just part of the circumstances of life. But I try and win souls as much as I can. I try and win people over to the right side. But you can see in this parable that the people that are going to be righteous are picked as a good fish, and people who are going to stay wicked and continue being wicked are rejected as fish that aren't accepted by the fishermen.
Thank you, Jesus. The angels are described as coming to separate the wicked from the righteous. Can you elaborate on the role of angels in the divine judgment as related to this parable?
It's prophesied that angels will come and do the devising of souls. Angels have knowledge of people's lives and the way people are living their lives, and angels can deliver individual souls into hell, and Matthew doesn't really understand this passage too great, but it's a role of angels that is going to be used in these last days to separate souls, the good from the bad.
Thank you, Jesus. The parable mentions a blazing furnace. What does this furnace symbolize, and what is the significance of the weeping and gnashing of teeth?
The furnace is the fires of hell, and the weeping of gnashing of teeth happens when people are really agitated and are really unhappy, and I use that term from time to time when I am discussing the fires of hell or the outer darkness of hell. Many times I've used weeping and gnashing of teeth in regards to the outer darkness, which is a dark area around hell. So the furnace is also mentioned in John 15 for those who don't bear fruit that are part of the vine are cast into the furnace, and we know that vines and wheat and chaff and unnecessary grown products are thrown into a furnace to clear up the mess, and so a furnace is used as a metaphor for hell itself.
Thank you, Jesus. How should your followers interpret and apply the message conveyed in this parable in their lives?
So this is the message to warn the righteous that you truly need to be righteous. You truly need to come away from your sin and practice righteousness, practice what is right, practice what the Bible teaches as right. It can be used as a warning to people that have wrong lifestyles and disappointing lifestyles, that they can be collected in the net. They can be brought to church and understand church, but they've got to reach a point personally where they come away from their sin life and start to live their life right.
Thank you, Jesus. So for people listening in heaven, what can they take from this parable? How is it applicable to them?
Everyone in heaven is good fish. They've already been separated into good fish and a bad fish. So in this parable, there isn't particular significance, although there are bad habits and bad ways that people can move in their flesh and be singled out as more righteous than others, but the parable isn't really significant for people of heaven.
Thank you, Jesus. And that's my last question.
Okay, so if you liked this parable and the teaching, you can like this parable. If you've got a comment that you want to share something with me, and I read all my comments, you can share a comment. If this is the first parable that you've read, that you've experienced of me, please know that I've got a playlist of parables that you can watch on my YouTube channel. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can subscribe. God bless.